Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Art with JDOT. My name is JD, aka JDOT, and this is episode number 1. So, for my first episode, I thought we would do something like this. I drew this little skull. It's like a tie-dye, Day of the Dead-ish. Just something it's quick and fun we can whip up and do a quick art exercise. Not much needed for this. I just did it on some typing paper. You can use whatever you have at your house, whether it's a sketchbook, typing paper, and we just need markers. I used a Sharpie for the black outline. You can use just any sort of black marker, and then obviously just basic colors. So let's get our supplies, get a seat, get comfy, and let's bust out our skull. All right, everybody, I am all set up and ready to draw my tie-dye skull. So I'm gonna use a Sharpie for my outline. You don't have to if you have other markers. The nice thing about this is it won't bleed if other markers go over it, I don't think. So because of that, I put down a double layer of typing paper. I have tons of sketchbooks, but I'm just gonna use typing paper for this. And then I have my colors here. I've got, these are just your basic Crayolas here. I've got yellow, green, purple, orange, blue, and red. You can use whatever you want. So I'm going to start with the outline of my skull. So let's get that going. So I'm going to take my black marker here, and I'm going to keep my paper vertical here. And I'm going to imagine a halfway mark here horizontal, and then I'm going to go up just a little bit in the center from there, and I'm going to make an oval, and this is going to be my skull's right eye. And so the skull is kind of going to be tilted, as you can see, like a slight, almost 3/4 profile there. And then to the left of this oval, I'm going to go just directly over, and I'm going to make another oval. And there are my two eyes. Now I'm going to make a nose, and think of, I'm going to make this like an upside down heart. I'm going to round off the tip though. So in between the eyes, I'm going to come straight down, and then I'm going to make an upside down heart and come through and connect like that. And now I'm going to make the outside of the eye sockets here. So I'm going to make about halfway through this eyeball here, just above it, I'm going to make the letter C and just follow the contour of the outside of this eye. And then I'm going to make a little bump here, and that's going to be the cheekbone. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to make another backward C with another hump for the other cheekbone. And now I'm going to drop down a little bit further. I'm going to make the teeth. So I'm going to leave a little space here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down right at the edge of this eye. I'm going to come straight down. And then right about here, I'm going to start, and I'm going to make 6 humps. Now I'm going to try and keep the ends of these as level, horizontal as I can. Ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And see how I kind of kept them in between the eyes somewhat? And then I'm going to draw one straight line across and just kind of connect the dots where these edges of the teeth are. And mine's fairly straight. And if yours isn't, that's all right. And now I'm going to connect the teeth to the cheekbone. So I'm just going to do a little line there. And the same up here. And now we're going to draw the bottom of the teeth. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do 6 humps in the opposite direction. I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm just going to come right back into the other teeth. 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't have to match or be even. They can be crooked or mix matched. It doesn't matter. Now I'm going to do the top of the skull. I'm going to do like almost a full circle here. And I'm going to come up, and I'm not going to break the top of the page. I'm going to come back around, and we're going to end about on the bottom of the cheek. Okay, so in one motion, I'm just going to do one line like that and come in. And then we're going to fill in the jaw here. So at the bottom of this tooth, I'm just going to make one, same thing, one motion here, and I'm going to bring this line up to the back of the skull. And then I'm going to follow, I'm going to make a little bump there, a little for where the socket of the tooth goes, and then I'm going to follow this contour of the outside of the jaw and the inside and end at the back of the skull again. And there you go. There is your outline for the skull. Now remember, at any time you can pause this video, so if you need to catch up or take your time, go at your own pace, and then press play to catch up when you're ready to jump back in. So next, we're at the point now where we can add color. So I'm going to start with an orange, and I'm going to outline the eye sockets. And what I'm going to do is start at this point of the black line of the eye socket, and I'm going to make these wavy lines, and I'm going to keep a little space here because I want this to, I'm going to try not to connect the eyes here. So I'm going to just wave these up and connect at the top here, and then I'm going to do the same here. Almost looks like eggs, fried eggs. So once I've got those, I'm gonna leave the eye sockets, the nose, and this little space here for last. So I'm gonna fill in these around the eyeballs orange. Get our tie-dye eye going. And if you break your lines, that's all right. It's not a problem. It doesn't bother me any when I do it. See, I kind of goofed there. That's okay. I'm going to keep moving. So there's my orange, and now I'm going to move on to blue. Like I said, you can do whatever colors you like, okay? So I'm going to follow the outside of the eyeballs here, and I'm going to cut through the nose. So I'm just going to kind of, these waves are just however I feel they should be. And then I'm going to cut through the cheekbone here too. And then I'm going to stop at the nose here because I'm going to color the inside of the nose a different color. I'm going to pick it up over on the other side and then come and end. I'm going to keep this color inside of the skull is what I'm going for. Now, what I'm going to do to help me keep in line, so I'm going to stay out of the orange, is I'm going to trace the edge of the orange with this blue to give me that little bit of a spacer. So when I do go back in and color, it kind of keeps me in check there a little bit. Gives me a little fenced in area. And that's just a personal thing that helps me color a little bit faster. So I'm going to fill in the blue here around the eyes. I'm going to jump down here and do the cheekbone. And get all around that left eye. And then come down here. And remember, you can pause it and take your time too. Pause the video if you need to. So I'm going to fill this in all the way. And next, I've got my orange, blue, and now I'm going to do let's do red. So same thing, I'm going to make this red a little bit thinner on the bottom because I want one more color in between the teeth and the red. So I'm just going to leave that gap. And then I'm going to color that whole cheek, and then I'm going to come up here and follow up there. And then I'm going to start filling red here. And like I said, I'm going to leave the I'm going to leave the nose open because I want to do that a different color. I'm thinking I'll probably do a darker color on the insides of the skull. That's what I did on the one I showed you guys at the beginning anyways. But however you want to do it. All right. There's the red. And next I'm going to jump to green. So I'm going to leave a little sliver there on the edge for the green. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to draw an outline on the red here. So I'm going to try and stay in my lane with this color. I'm going to start coloring in here. Like I said, I'm going to leave this little sliver over here for one more color. And I'm going to color in green above the teeth. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to color green in on this edge of the teeth, on this back side too, and come up and do a little bit of that. Now I think on the next color I'm gonna go back in reverse. So since I went blue, red, green, the next color will be red, and then if I have room I'll do blue again for the edges, for any edges. So I'm gonna jump to red. This is an easy fill here. I'm gonna do my border again real quick to keep me in. And fill that in. And then I'm gonna wavy my line there and then do my border. Whoop. Whoop. And then fill this in. And then I have just a little space at the bottom there. We're going to jump back to blue. Excuse me. So I'm going to fill in my border. And I'm not going for perfection, as you can see. Some things I do and some things I don't. This one I'm just cruising along. And then I'm going to make the teeth yellow. This guy didn't brush today, his teeth, so he's got yellow skeleton teeth. And then I'm gonna take the darkest one here, for the inside of the skull, which is the eyes and the nose, and I'm gonna fill those in. You could do black, or you could do brown, or whatever you think. Dark red, dark green. Trying to make it contrast a little bit there. So there you go. You got your tie-dye skull. Good job, everybody. So thanks for following along. Go ahead and stay tuned for more on Art with JD, and I will bring more episodes to you, and you can do some more stuff along with me. And I have more ideas to come, so you guys can create some stuff with me. So thanks again, and good job. All right, guys, thanks for tagging along and making our skulls here, our tie-dye skull. And follow along, stay tuned. you subscribe to this channel, and I will have more episodes coming your way. So click the like, click the subscribe, and thanks for watching. And I will also have a link in the below here to link you to my shop, so that if you want to support JDOT, you can also do that by getting some merch or some art. I have all my stuff online there on my website, so check that out, and we'll see you guys next time.